Chapter 61 8 Daotai. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Wuchang reached out and wiped the wolf blood from his face, his eyes filled with murderous intent. At this moment, two black wolves had appeared not far from Wuchang, one behind the other, surrounding Wuchang. The first-order black wolf had a hint of fear and did not dare to step forward, but the second-level black wolf had a fierce look in its eyes, a low roar mixed with a gust of wind, and it rushed towards Wuchang. The black wolf opened its big mouth, and a wave of air spurted out, turning into a wave of air and sweeping towards Wuchang. At the same time, the black wolf raised its front paws and slapped Wuchang in the chest. Black wolf is extremely fast. Even if Wuchang uses Bagua Wandering Dragon Step with all his strength, he can barely keep up with the opponent. But Wuchang had just killed 3 black wolves in a row, which had consumed part of the spiritual energy in his body. At this moment, his speed could no longer keep up with the opponent. In this case, it can only be a head-on confrontation. Thinking of this, Wuchang became murderous and turned sideways to avoid the wave of air sprayed from the black wolf's mouth. The blue water sword in his hand was raised, and he slashed down with the sword, directly colliding with the black wolf's claws. With a clang sound, Wuchang felt his sword strike the steel, sparks flying everywhere. There is a layer of spiritual light on the black wolf's paws, covering its wolf claws. His sword just struck on this spiritual light. Wuchang groaned and took a few steps back, his right hand holding the blue water sword trembling slightly. This black wolf is too powerful. Although he has golden skin and jade bones, in terms of physical strength, he feels that he is still inferior to this second-level black wolf. At this moment, a strong wind came from behind. Without thinking, Wuchang used the Bagua Dragon Step and dodged to the left. There was a loud bang, and a deep pit appeared where Wuchang had just stood. Taking heart step, Wuchang looked at the first-order black wolf. Murderous intent flashed in his eyes, and he stepped forward. Black wolf screamed, and his body instantly collapsed to the ground. Shadow sword kill. On Wuchang's left hand, a flaming light will rotated rapidly, heading straight for the second-order black wolf. At the same time, his body turned into a strong wind, and he came to the first-order black wolf like lightning, and pierced the black wolf's throat with a sword. At this moment, a strong wind roared and came directly in front of Wuchang. Wuchang didn't have time to think too much. He reached out and grabbed the first-order black wolf in front of him and blocked it in front of him. With a bang, Wuchang felt severe pain all over his body. His body was directly knocked out and then hit the ground hard. Wuchang felt a sharp pain in his back, but he didn't dare to stop at all and flew up. The black wolf corpse in his hand showed several deep wounds. If he hadn't grabbed the black wolf's body and held it in front of him, these wounds would have appeared on his body. The second-level black wolf stared at Wuchang fiercely, with murderous intent in his eyes. Wuchang glanced at Hei Lang, sighed, and then his eyes gradually became cold. Since you want to die, I will help you. Wuchang formed a seal with his hands, and a special aura suddenly appeared on his body. This aura was like a volcano erupting fire, surging instantly. Hei Lang felt the aura on Wuchang's body, and his eyes instantly showed an uneasy look. The second-level black wolf roared and rushed directly towards Wuchang. It opened its bloody mouth and bit Wuchang on the head. 100 times sublimated instant killing technique. Wuchang shouted loudly, his eyes were cold. He raised the long sword in his hand and slashed it down. A 10-foot-long sword light, like lightning, struck directly on the head of the black wolf flying in the air, and then penetrated its entire body. The second-level black wolf was directly cut into 2 halves. The sword energy continued unabated, and it slashed forward, creating a ravine dozens of meters long. You have actually mastered Fengxing Supreme's 100-fold sublimation instant killing technique. Yao's exclamation reached Wuchang's ears, and she was extremely surprised. Fengxing Supreme once told Yao that the practice of the 100-fold sublimation instant kill technique requires talent. Even if some people practice for a lifetime, they may not be able to learn it. Yao was still doubtful last time because Wuchang didn't use it after all, but this time, she completely believed it. Wuchang slumped to the ground. More than 80% of the spiritual power in his body was consumed at this moment. He felt that his dantian was empty. System, sign in, ding. Successful sign-in at the trial ground will reward you with 6 years of cultivation. Luck value +5. The voice of the system rang in Ji Wuchang's mind, and the spiritual energy in his body instantly surged. The originally consumed spiritual energy returned to its peak at a speed visible to the naked eye, but there is still some spiritual power left. Ji Wuchang knows very well that the secret realm is dangerous and it is necessary to improve his cultivation, so Ji Wuchang used the purple chi burning heaven technique to incorporate all the spiritual power into his dantian. At this moment, Ji Wuchang's aura surged, directly breaking through from the middle of the 9th level of chi refining to the peak of the 9th level of chi refining. Ji Wuchang put away the corpses of the 5 black wolves. This was to get back the items handed over by the sect. Ji Yao, help me protect the law. Ji Wuchang sat cross-legged, took out the 5th grade marrow cleansing and pulse-breaking pill, and then swallowed it without any hesitation. This kind of elixir, let alone a small chi refiner, would have a huge effect even if it was taken by a person in the soul-splitting realm. Isn't this guy trying to break through the foundation-building realm? Ji Yao's soul floated out of the ring, looking at Ji Wuchang with curiosity. At this moment, Ji Wuchang, after swallowing the 5th grade marrow cleansing and vein-cutting pill, his body was instantly like falling into a sea of fire. The violent spiritual power exploded, turning into a whirlwind of spiritual power, impacting Ji Wuchang's tendons and veins. At the same time, this whirlwind of spiritual power rushed into Ji Wuchang's flesh, bones and even bone marrow, filling every corner they could fill. Ji Wuchang trembled all over, and he felt that his flesh was as painful as being pricked by needles. On the bones of the whole body, the spiritual power whirlwind roared like a flood, as if scraping the bones. This kind of pain is really indescribable in words. At this moment, behind Ji Wuchang, a series of Taoist platforms began to emerge. 1, 2, 3. In just a moment, 8 Taoist platforms appeared behind Ji Wuchang, each of which was spotless white. Ji Yao looked at the 8 Dao platforms behind Ji Wuchang, and a look of surprise appeared in her eyes. In fact, the 8 Dao platforms could not shock Ji Yao, because she had condensed 9 Dao platforms in the past. However, her situation was completely different from Ji Wuchang. You know, she had a high-grade root bone of the heavenly rank and also had the blood of the Ji family. The Ji family was a family that had produced saints, and the power of their blood was terrifying and boundless. But Ji Wuchang was only a middle-grade root bone of the earthly rank, and he was able to condense 8 Dao platforms. It can be said that this had already broken Ji Yao's inherent cognition. Chapter 62 Broken Dao Platform, Late 10th Level of Qi Refining. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At this moment, Ji Wuchang opened his eyes and looked at the 8 Dao platforms behind him with a complicated look. In his previous life, because of the matter of tendons and veins, he tried his best, and when he was building the foundation, he only condensed 5 Dao platforms. Now that his tendons and veins are intact, and he has achieved golden skin and jade bones at the same time, his potential has exploded exponentially, and he has directly condensed 8 Dao platforms. If it was in his previous life, seeing these 8 Dao platforms, Ji Wuchang would definitely be ecstatic. With these 8 Dao platforms as support, as long as nothing unexpected happens, he can at least cultivate to the celestial realm, or even stronger. But living again, how can he be satisfied with such an achievement? He, Ji Wuchang, wants to be the strongest man in this world. At this moment, Ji Wuchang's eyes revealed an unprecedented firmness. In Ji Yao's horrified, puzzled, and shocked eyes, Ji Wuchang slapped his palm, and the 8 Dao platforms collapsed instantly. Ji Wuchang's Dao platform was originally an illusion, formed by the gathering of spiritual power. With Ji Wuchang's palm, it was all broken into pieces and disappeared between heaven and earth. Are you crazy? Ji Yao didn't know why Ji Wuchang was crazy. She had never seen such a person. He directly smashed his own Dao platform. Isn't this equivalent to cutting off his own path? The 8 Dao platforms were broken, and Ji Wuchang was instantly backlashed. His face was pale and a mouthful of blood spurted out. As this mouthful of blood spurted out, Ji Wuchang's breath began to decline, directly falling from the peak of the 9th level of Qi refining to the peak of the 8th level of Qi refining. But Ji Wuchang seemed to be prepared. His eyes were unusually calm. He ignored Ji Yaoyao, sat cross-legged, and formed seals with his hands. Although Ji Yaoyao was a soul body, she was also angry with Ji Wuchang and her chest rose and fell violently. She thought this guy must be crazy. Ji Wuchang, you are a lunatic. Looking at Ji Wuchang's weak breath, Ji Yaoyao was furious. At this moment, Ji Wuchang's cultivation level dropped because he smashed his own Dao platform directly, and his tendons, veins, and dantian were slightly damaged, but Ji Wuchang was well prepared, and he mobilized the spiritual power of the marrow cleansing and veins pill in his body to repair himself. After an incense stick, the aura in Ji Wuchang's body gradually became stronger, and he broke through the 9th level of Qi refining again. His body was flawless, and the effect of the marrow cleansing and veins pill itself was greatly reduced. At this moment, it has become his tonic. Then his cultivation level began to rise, from the early stage of the 9th level of Qi refining to the peak of the 9th level of Qi refining, which made Ji Yaoyao stunned. At this time, the power of the 5th grade marrow cleansing and veins pill was completely stimulated, and Ji Wuchang's whole body was like a big furnace. There was a hot breath flowing on Ji Wuchang's body. This was Ji Wuchang activating the purple Qi burning heaven art. As the spiritual power in his body circulated, a trace of purple gas surrounded Ji Wuchang's body, making Ji Wuchang look unusually noble and sacred, and he seemed to have an awe-inspiring aura that could not be offended. Ji Yaoyao calmed down at this moment. She wanted to see what Ji Wuchang was up to. Around Ji Wuchang's body, the hot breath became stronger and stronger, and the purple gas became more and more. These purple gases gradually gathered to form a pill furnace, covering Ji Wuchang. In the pill furnace, the purple gas changed, and then gathered into a purple dragon coiled on Ji Wuchang's body. As the dragon changed, it turned into a purple phoenix. Then, various strange beasts such as Suzaku, Xuanwu, Baihu, Daotai, Taiyang Zhuzhao, Taiyin Yuying, Yinglong, Gaochen, Xieji, Bifang, and Ho appeared. Ji Yaoyao was stunned. Is this the rhythm of breaking through the saint? The strange phenomena appeared in an endless stream, and Ji Yaoyao was stunned in place. 10th level of Qi refining, break it for me. In the purple pill furnace, Ji Wuchang roared angrily. His roar was not loud, but it caused all the strange phenomena to collapse. At the same time, an illusory iron chain appeared outside Ji Wuchang's body. This iron chain connected the soul, like a shackle of the soul. The iron chain penetrated the soul, looming, as if it existed, and as if it did not exist, but at this moment, in Ji Wuchang's angry roar, the iron chain broke directly and broke into several pieces. As the iron chain broke, Ji Wuchang's soul seemed to be reborn in an instant, and it doubled in size. At the center of the soul's eyebrows, the broken iron chain turned into a stream of clear air, entered the center of the eyebrows, and condensed a special rune in the center of the eyebrows. This rune was also looming, ever-changing, and it was impossible to see its shape clearly. At the same time, Ji Wuchang's breath soared, directly from the peak of the 9th level of Qi refining to the late 10th level of Qi refining. The purple pill furnace outside Ji Wuchang's body also shrank rapidly at this moment, and then merged into Ji Wuchang's body. Ji Yaoyao felt that her heart was a little bit unbearable, ups and downs, making her soul body tremble slightly. It turns out that there is really a 10th level of Qi refining in the Qi refining realm. It requires self-destruction of the Dao platform and cutting off the shackles of the heavenly Dao. Throughout the ages, there has been a saying that the Dao platform is the cornerstone of the cultivator. If the Dao platform is destroyed, there is no hope for lifelong cultivation. It is this sentence that has been deeply rooted in people's hearts, that no one dares to let their Dao platform be damaged in any way. But today, Ji Yaoyao saw the most shocking thing in her life. Ji Wuchang entered the legendary 10th level in the Qi refining realm. If there are 10 levels in the Qi refining realm, does that mean that when breaking through the foundation establishment realm, 10 Dao platforms can be condensed? That when Ji Yaoyao thought of this guess, she felt that her soul and body were tense. Am I going to witness the rise of a genius today? Ji Yaoyao looked at Ji Wuchang with a complicated expression. At this moment, she completely changed her view of Ji Wuchang. Although this guy was despicable and shameless and cast a curse on her, his character and understanding were top-notch. How did you know that there was a 10th level qi refining? Ji Yaoyao looked at Ji Wuchang with burning eyes. She was from the Ji family, and she had only heard about it, but had never seen it. Ji Wuchang was just from a remote place, and he was also a qi refining disciple. It was a bit unreasonable for him to know such things. Guess. Ji Wuchang felt the power in his body and showed ecstasy on his face. He felt that he was at least several times stronger than the 9th level qi refining. If he fought with the 2nd level black wolf he killed before, Ji Wuchang was sure that he could solve the opponent within a few moves without using the secret method. However, the 100-fold sublimation instant killing technique was indeed terrible. Ji Wuchang felt that if he used the secret method, even the 9th level foundation establishment realm could be killed instantly. The opponent has absolutely no power to fight back. But after one strike, he may not be able to attack again. Go to hell. Ji Yaoyao cursed directly, and then her body faded and returned to the storage ring. She knew very well that this was something Ji Wuchang was unwilling to tell her. Chapter 64 Putting the Blame on Others. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ding! The master once again defeated Xiao Fan, the son of great luck, with a luck value of plus 500 and Xiao Fan's luck value of minus 500. The system reminds the owner that when the luck value reaches 10,000, the system mall can be opened. The sound of the system rang in Ji Wuchang's mind, making Ji Wuchang's eyes light up instantly. Sure enough, dealing with people with great luck would gain the most. However, Ji Wuchang was a little speechless when he heard that the system mall required 10,000 luck points to open. How long will it take for his luck value, which is less than 2,000 now, to accumulate to 10,000? System, will I be rewarded with luck points if I defeat others? Master, you only need to defeat those people with luck values higher than 300, that is, people with great luck, and you will be rewarded with luck values. The higher the opponent's luck value, the greater the reward. Generally, 1/3 of the opponent's luck value will be rewarded. Of course, if you kill the opponent, you can get half of the opponent's luck value at once. When Ji Wuchang heard this, he understood instantly, but a new problem arose. He didn't know whose luck value would be higher than 300. System, is there a way to check the opponent's luck value? Master, of course there is. There are chi-watching techniques in the system mall, as well as many pupil techniques, all of which can check the opponent's luck value. So, the owner needs to work hard to earn luck points and open the system mall as soon as possible. When Ji Wuchang heard this, his eyes lit up. At this moment, he felt a little more eager for the system mall. Ji Wuchang, since you have a grudge against this person, why don't you kill him? Why humiliate him so much? Ji Yaoyao couldn't help but blush slightly when she thought of the scene just now. This Ji Wuchang was so inhuman. Ji Wuchang couldn't help but smile. There was no way he could kill the other person. This was his experience. According to the system, defeating the opponent can obtain 1/3 of the opponent's luck value. The last time I got 500 luck points from Xiao Fan, I got another 500 luck points this time. This shows two problems. One is that the other party still has at least 1,000 luck points, another problem is that the opponent recovers his luck value very quickly. Now that Xiao Fan has lost one of his hands and castrated the other party, he cannot pose a threat to him in the short term. If he wanted to regenerate his severed limbs, either the headmaster would help him, or he would have to cultivate to the Zifu realm on his own. People in the Purple Mansion realm have the ability to regenerate their severed limbs. There is another possibility, and that is a chance encounter. Ji Wuchang feels that Qiyu and the headmaster have the greatest chance of helping Xiao Fan. But even so, Ji Wuchang is not afraid. He has placed a spine next to Xiao Fan. There is also a jade token given by senior sister Jin Miaoqing, which contains a blow from a powerful person in the Supreme Realm. So no matter how Xiao Fan jumps around, he can't escape from his grasp. How could he be worthy of the pain he endured in his previous life if he didn't cripple Xiao Fan? However, when Ji Yaoyao asked, Ji Wuchang had to answer. Ji Yaoyao was now one of his trump cards and he had to build a good relationship. This person has great luck. If he is killed directly, he will be contaminated by great karma. Slowly weaken his luck, and it will not be too late to kill him again. That when Ji Yaoyao heard Ji Wuchang's words, she couldn't help but fell silent. She felt that she had underestimated Ji Wuchang too much. Ji Wuchang is so mysterious and often does amazing things. Just when Ji Wuchang was taking stock of the harvest, Xiao Fan woke up. Seeing his current appearance, Xiao Fan let out a shrill scream. The rattan tied to his body was broken into several pieces, but the use of spiritual power just now made Xiao Fan frown. The severe pain in his arms and lower body made Xiao Fan's face turn pale as a sheet, and cold sweat suddenly broke out on his forehead. At this moment, Xiao Fan was really scared. He still doesn't know who the person who just attacked him is. He thought of Ji Wuchang, but immediately rejected it, feeling that Ji Wuchang did not have this strength. Master, why didn't you lend me your power just now? Xiao Fan's words were filled with a trace of resentment. He believed that the reason why the current situation occurred was all related to this master, who went back on his words and made him neglect to take precautions. The old man's remnant soul floated out of the ring, and a trace of pity appeared on his face. If he had known that Xiao Fan had such a powerful enemy, he would never have chosen Xiao Fan as his target. No matter how good Xiao Fan is and how strong his luck is, he will not choose. But there is no regret medicine in the world. Now his life and death can only be decided by someone else's thoughts, so he can only stay by Xiao Fan's side obediently. Xiao Fan, I was sorry for you just now. It's not that I didn't lend you my power, it's just that there is something terrible in the other person. This thing can instantly kill a body with a remnant soul like mine, so I don't dare to show up. But I saw this person's face clearly. He is your senior brother Kai Ping. He took everything on you. That what the old man said was what Ji Wuchang told him before he left. Ji Wuchang wanted to see these two brothers fighting each other. Sure enough, when Xiao Fan heard that it was Kai Ping, his eyes showed an unprecedented look of resentment. He had just suspected Kai Ping. With such a high level of cultivation and being secretive, he must be someone he knew. Kai Ping, I, Xiao Fan, swear that I will fight you till death. The humiliation suffered today will be repaid 100-fold in the future. 30 years to the east of the river, 30 years to the west of the river, we'll see. After Xiao Fan finished speaking, he frowned, and the wounds on his body made him almost faint from the pain. Someone is coming. It's a young cultivator at the 6th level of Qi refining realm. At this moment, the old man reminded Xiao Fan. When Xiao Fan heard this, his eyes became more ruthless. A moment later, a corpse lay at Xiao Fan's feet, and there was an extra set of clothes on his naked body. Ji Wuchang didn't know about this, and he wouldn't care if he knew. Ji Wuchang had never been to this secret realm in his previous life, and didn't know what good things there were, so he could only wander around. At this moment, the sound of fighting suddenly came, and it should be more than 10 miles away from Ji Wuchang. Ji Wuchang happened to have nothing to do, so he flew over. Where there is fighting, there are often good things. A moment later, Ji Wuchang rushed to the vicinity and quietly hid in the dark to watch. At this moment, there were a total of 5 people in the field, and there was a corpse not far away. These 5 people all have the foundation building realm cultivation, the highest of which is the 5th level of the foundation building realm, and the worst is also the 3rd level of the foundation building realm. Ji Wuchang had some impression of these people. After thinking carefully, he gradually remembered the identities of the 5 people. Among these 5 people, 3 came from the Baitsang peak of the 7th elder, named Li Zhaoan, Lian Hongying, and Lu Jinming. Among them, Li Zhaoan had the highest cultivation level, the 4th level of the foundation establishment realm, and the other 2 were both at the 3rd level of the foundation establishment realm. The other 2 came from the Dedeng peak of the 8th elder. The man was Pan Shibin, with a cultivation level of the 5th level of the foundation establishment realm. The woman was Ma Mengnan, with a cultivation level of the 3rd level of the foundation establishment realm. Speaking of which, the relationship between Baitsang Peak and Dedeng Peak has always been bad, and it is normal for their disciples to be hostile to each other. Chapter 65 The Fisherman Gains the Advantage. You are listening at novelfull.audio. You, Baitsangfeng, are too much of a bully. You dare to kill people from our Dedengfeng. Do you really think that we are easy to bully? Pan Shibin spoke with a cold face, his eyes were full of murderous intent, and his cultivation of the 5th level of the Foundation Establishment realm was undoubtedly revealed. Li Xiaoan stepped forward, and his cultivation of the 4th level of the Foundation Establishment realm burst out, blocking the pressure displayed by Pan Shibin. Pan Shibin, it was obviously your de Dengfeng who provoked first, and even killed 2 of my Baitsangfen brothers in the Qi refining realm, so we chased him. We at Baitsangfen will not take the initiative to cause trouble, but we are definitely not afraid of trouble. Ask your sister Ma next to you about this matter. Do I have a single lie? Li Xiaoan had a cold face and did not give in at all. At the same time, his whole body was tense to prevent Pan Shibin from getting angry. Pan Shibin looked at Ma Mengnan, whose face was slightly gloomy, but he still said, "Brother, junior brother by accidentally found a map in the secret realm. According to the introduction on this map, there seems to be a cave of a strong man in the Purple Mansion realm in this secret realm. But this matter was discovered by the people of Baitsang Peak, and junior brother Bai was afraid of leaking it, so he killed 2 people from Baitsang Peak. Later, several people from Baitsang Peak came to hunt down junior brother Bai, and the things have now been taken away by them." Ma Mengnan sent a message to Pan Shibin and introduced the ins and outs of the matter. When Pan Shibin heard it, his eyes lit up instantly. At this moment, he made up his mind that he must grab this thing. "Li Xiaoan, hand over that thing, and I cannot attack you today." Pan Shibin's eyes were extremely hot. The cave of the strong man in the Purple Mansion realm must have good things. If he can obtain secret methods or inheritance from it, then his cultivation level can be rapidly improved. When he thought of this, Pan Shibin couldn't help showing a trace of greed in his eyes. "Pan Shibin, don't go too far. This is what we found first at Baitsang Peak. Although you are at the 5th level of the foundation building realm, we have 3 people on our side. Even if you take action, you may not be able to take advantage." Li Xiaoan's body was tense. He would never hand over this thing. Pan Shibin snorted coldly, and then said indifferently, "I'm giving you a chance. If you don't hand it over, you will die." After Pan Shibin finished speaking, the long sword in his hand was unsheathed, with murderous intent. Li Xiaoan, Lian Hongying, and Lu Jinming all looked very ugly, knowing that today's matter could not be resolved peacefully. Lian Hongying said coldly, "Senior brother Li, junior brother Lu, I will deal with Ma Mengnan, and you will join forces to deal with Pan Shibin." Li Xiaoan and Lu Jinming were at the same time, and the 2 long swords were unsheathed, with murderous intent. "Since you are looking for death, don't blame me." Pan Shibin looked indifferent, and with his left hand, 5 strong winds shot out from his 5 fingers, turning into 5 small swords, heading straight for Lu Jinming. Pan Shibin raised the long sword in his right hand and slashed at Li Xiaoan. The sword light surged, turning into several feet in size, and rushed straight to Li Xiaoan. Li Xiaoan snorted coldly, without any hesitation, and slashed with the same sword. With a clang sound, the 2 sword lights collided with each other. Pan Shibin did not move, but Li Xiaoan was forced to retreat several steps. Lu Jinming was also forced to retreat several steps by Pan Shibin's attack, and then he stood still. "Do you really think that a 4th level foundation building realm plus a 3rd level foundation building realm can fight me? Today, I will let you see the true strength of the 5th level foundation building realm." After Pan Shibin finished speaking, he raised the long sword in his right hand, and the aura in his body surged, as heavy as a mountain. Mountain climbing sword tactics, 100 swords break the clouds. After Pan Shibin finished speaking, he swung the long sword in his hand and slashed at Li Xiaoan and Lu Jinming. When the sword was slashed out, a small mountain appeared in the sword light, and at the same time, the sword light changed. 1 became 10, 10 became 100, forming 100 sword chi, slashing at the 2 people. Li Xiaoan and Lu Jinming's faces changed drastically. This sword made them both feel a sense of death crisis at the same time. 100 Song sword tactics, sword chi turns into Tsanglong. Li Xiaoan and Lu Jinming roared at the same time, and the spiritual power in their bodies surged wildly, and they slashed at Pan Shibin with a sword. The 2 came from the same peak, practiced the same skills, had the same fighting skills, and used the same sword moves. As the two slashed down with their swords, the two sword lights actually merged directly together, and the sword lights surged, forming a Canlong phantom. The Canlong phantom roared and rushed straight to the 100-sword chi slashed out by Pan Shibin. Boom! A violent roar sounded from the sky, and the blue dragon's shadow collided with the 100 swords crazily. At this moment, Li Xiaoan and Lu Jinming's hearts were raised to their throats at the same time. Break! Pan Shibin snorted coldly, and the 100 swords suddenly surged, directly chopping the blue dragon's shadow into pieces, but more than half of the 100 swords also collapsed. The remaining sword energy did not stop at all, and slashed down at Li Xiaoan and Lu Jinming. Li Xiaoan and Lu Jinming shouted at the same time, and a shield appeared above their heads. This was a low-grade treasure. Dang dang. Countless sword energy slashed on the shields of the two people, and the two were directly shaken away. Li Xiaoan's face turned pale, and blood appeared at the corners of his mouth. Lu Jinming directly spurted out a mouthful of blood, his face as pale as paper. With a bang, the two people fell to the ground almost at the same time, with a trace of fear in their eyes. They didn't expect that Pan Shibin was so terrifying. Crack! The two were startled, and then in their shocked eyes, countless cracks appeared on the shields in their hands, and then they exploded. At this moment, the two no longer had the will to fight. I'll give you one more chance. Hand over that thing, or don't blame me for killing you. Pan Shibin looked at Li Xiaoan and Lu Jinming with a cold face, and there was murderous intent in his eyes. Not far away at this moment, Ma Mengnan and Lian Hongying were fighting hard. The two had equal cultivation, and it would take a while to decide the winner. Seeing this scene, Li Xiaoan sighed, waved his hand, and a box appeared in his hand. Pan Shibin stared at the box in Li Xiaoan's hand with a fiery face. At this moment, something strange happened, and a figure appeared like a ghost. Before Li Xiaoan could react, he had already snatched the box from his hand. Then the figure flew directly towards the dense forest in the distance and disappeared in front of everyone in an instant. All this happened so fast that even Pan Shibin didn't react. Seeing the other party enter the dense forest, Pan Shibin shouted angrily and slashed with a sword. A sword light slashed directly into the dense forest, destroying all the trees in front of dozens of meters, but there was no trace of the man. Pan Shibin chased directly into the dense forest without any hesitation, with murderous intent. Li Xiaoan and Lu Jinming also flew up and chased into the dense forest, but after a while, the three of them returned empty-handed. Damn it, don't let me see you, otherwise I will definitely grind you to ashes. Pan Shibin said hatefully. Chapter 66 Spreading the News, and Kexin awakens her memory. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Wuchang stood on the top of the mountain, looking at the silk in his hand. His eyes lit up slightly. To be honest, if it was just for the sect, he had hunted those black wolves and completed the task, and he only needed to stay for 7 days. He was not familiar with this secret realm and didn't know what to do, but now it was different. With this map in his hand, he could go and take a look. The cave in the Purple Mansion realm was still very attractive to his current cultivation. It was also during an adventure in a secret realm in his previous life that he got the purple chi burning heaven art. Now this technique has become the practice technique he chose in this life. Wuchang flew up, stood in the sky, looked around, then looked at the map in his hand, confirmed the direction, and ran away. Half a day later, Wuchang came to a valley. According to the instructions on the map, he had to pass through the valley in front of him, but this valley was very long, hundreds of miles long, and there was a fierce breath coming from the thick white fog. At the entrance of the valley, there were many bones of ferocious beasts scattered around. Obviously they were all killed by the ferocious beasts in the valley. If Wuchang wanted to go there, there would be no problem. He only needed to let Yao Yao release her pressure, and I believe these ferocious beasts would flee everywhere, but this would consume Yao Yao's spiritual power, so there was no need for this. After thinking about it, Wuchang's eyes lit up. It is better to share happiness with others than to enjoy it alone. Wouldn't it be more fun to hide in the dark and fish in troubled waters? When he figured this out, Wuchang couldn't help but smile. He took out the jade slip and copied dozens of copies of the map inside, then smiled and left here. Somewhere in the dense forest, 3 disciples of Changshengman were besieging a second-level leopard. These 3 people are all in the foundation building realm, the strongest one is in the 6th level of the foundation building realm, and the remaining 2 are in the 4th level of the foundation building realm. The 3 of them joined forces to suppress the leopard to death, and his body was covered with wounds. Seeing that the leopard was dying, the 3 shouted at the same time, and each used their trump cards to kill the leopard. The 3 breathed heavily, obviously very tired, and 2 of them were slightly injured. The Purple Mansion Realm Cave is about to be born. I am here to inform you on the order of Senior Brother Kai Ping. At this moment, a voice suddenly sounded, which startled the 3 people at the same time. They flew up and looked around. The 3 people looked around and found nothing. They fell from the air in doubt. The 3 people returned to their original positions and suddenly found that a jade slip had appeared on the body of the leopard. The 3 people looked at each other and could see the shock in each other's eyes, but they couldn't help but reach out for the jade slip. After a moment, the 3 looked at each other, nodded at the same time, and decided to go and see. Such things happened in many places within a day, and many people had a jade slip in their hands. There is a cave of the Purple Mansion hidden in the secret realm. Do you know this? I heard about it. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'd rather believe it. Anyway, it's in this secret realm, so it doesn't hurt to go and take a look. That makes sense. Let's go and take a look. Maybe we can get something else by then. In just half a day, this matter spread in the secret realm, and many people were talking about it. Asshole, you actually announced this matter. I'm so angry. Pan Shibin slapped it with his palm, and a stone weighing thousands of pounds instantly broke into pieces, and the ground couldn't help but shake. After Ji Wuchang left, Pan Shibin thought that Li Zhaoan and the others must have seen the map, so he questioned Li Zhaoan and the others again. Li Zhaoan did remember it, but he didn't give in. In the end, the 2 sides reached a cooperation, and the 5 of them went together. Pan Shibin secretly made up his mind that once he met the person who stole his map in the secret realm, he would definitely tear the other party into pieces, but now it's good. The other party directly revealed the matter of the secret realm, and many people knew about it. Li Zhaoan and the others were speechless. It was the first time they met such a strange person. Senior sister, let's go join in the fun. Ji Wuchang might go too. In a dense forest, Tai Yujie spoke to Kexin, with a hint of eagerness in her eyes. Kexin nodded when she heard it. They were lucky. When they were teleported in, they were together. After the 2 entered the secret realm, they began to look for Ji Wuchang's figure. Kexin's eyes showed a cold murderous intent. Just now, Kexin had a special memory in her mind. In this memory, Kexin saw her whole life. After Kexin was stunned for a long time, she was sure of one thing. This was her memory of her previous life. At this moment, the 2 people Kexin wanted to kill the most were Xiao Fan and Ji Wuchang. When she thought of the memory of her previous life, Xiao Fan pulled her in front of him and blocked a fatal blow for him, causing the dantian to break, and Kexin trembled all over. I gave everything to him, but I didn't expect this to be the outcome. Then Kexin thought of kneeling in front of Ji Wuchang with grey hair and confessing. Ji Wuchang's eyes were cold. Not only did he not help him, but he also took her life in the end. Thinking of this, Kexin's heart was filled with murderous intent. Since these memories, Kexin has also been full of disgust for the 3rd sister Tai Yujie in front of her. In her previous life, she listened to a lot of this idiot's words, which led to that step. However, Kexin was somewhat doubtful, because there were many deviations between the things in this life and her memory. Ji Wuchang's tendons and veins were not damaged. Xiao Fan became the master's disciple, and she had not seen Xiao Fan yet. This also caused Kexin to not be 100% sure whether these things were true or false. However, Kexin remembered very clearly that she and others participated in this secret trial and finally gathered in the Purple Mansion cave. Although that person was in the Purple Mansion realm, he was an alchemist and left a lot of pills, as well as a small tripod. The small tripod was finally taken away by Xiao Fan secretly, and no one found out. Everyone was only concerned about fighting for the pills at that time. Later, Kexin followed Xiao Fan, and many years later, Xiao Fan told her about this, and that small tripod was not simple. it was a top-grade spiritual weapon, which helped Xiao Fan a lot. This time, and Kexin decided to go and see, just to verify whether the memory in her mind was true or false. If all this is true, and Kexin will kill Tai Yujie without hesitation. Keeping such a fool around will only bring bad things. Tai Yujie saw that Kexin was a little absent-minded and was quite puzzled, but fortunately, the senior sister agreed, so she didn't say anything. How could she know that this senior sister who had always stood on her side had already wanted to kill her? Chapter 67 The Battle of the Valley begins. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Wuchang returned to the valley again, and then mingled in the crowd. Wuchang disguised himself and did not show his true face. He had mastered the trick of disguise in his previous life, so at this moment, Wuchang stood in the crowd and no one recognized him. Wuchang looked forward, and he saw the figures of Kai Ping, Huang Wanqiu, Zhua Yan and others, and also saw his second senior brother Zheng Linghong. Zheng Linghong's eyes occasionally swept across the crowd, revealing a trace of worry in his eyes. At this moment, several figures appeared again, and when he saw two of them, Wuchang's eyes narrowed slightly. Kexin and Tai Yujie arrived. Wuchang looked at Kexin, frowning slightly. He felt that the other party seemed a little different, and there was a chill on his body. Seeing Kexin's eyes sweeping towards the crowd, Wuchang retracted his gaze, and Kexin frowned slightly. She did not find Wuchang in the crowd, nor did she see Xiao Fan. Everyone, there are many ferocious beasts in this valley, and now we have gathered more than 100 people here. We are going to divide everyone into 3 teams, led by me, junior sister Wanqiu, and junior brother Kai Ping, and enter the valley from 3 sides. Those who voluntarily join my team stand on the left, those who are willing to follow junior sister Wanqiu stand in the middle, and those who follow junior brother Kai Ping stand on the right. Zhua Yan flew into the air and spoke to the people below. Everyone moved after hearing Zhua Yan's words. Wuchang naturally chose the middle and stood on Huang Wanqiu's side. Wuchang's eyes swept over and found that Kexin and Tai Yujie chose the right, while Zheng Linghong chose the left. Wuchang narrowed his eyes slightly. He always felt that Kexin was a little different. According to Kexin's personality, she should not choose Kai Ping, who is at the 8th level of the Foundation Establishment realm, but should choose Zhua Yan or Huang Wanqiu. But Wuchang was too lazy to think too much. He would kill these 2 people, so as to avoid trouble for himself in the future. Soon, the 3 teams were assigned. Huang Wanqiu's team had the most people, more than 40 people. Zhua Yan and Kai Ping had about 30 people each. Junior sister Wanqiu, junior brother Kai Ping, let's start according to the plan agreed upon by the 3 of us in front. Zhua Yan said with a smile. Huang Wanqiu smiled slightly, and then said, since I have the most people, I will take the lead. Huang Wanqiu glanced at the people behind him, waved her hand, and took the lead in entering the valley. The people behind Huang Wanqiu followed Huang Wanqiu's footsteps and rushed into the mist. As soon as they entered the valley, a roar sounded from the valley, and a huge black ape appeared. On the cliffs on both sides of the valley, huge heads emerged from the caves one by one. These were all black apes. Humans, retreat quickly, this is not the place for you to come. The black ape spoke directly, speaking human language. At the same time, a violent aura rose from the black ape, which was no weaker than Huang Wanqiu's. At this moment, Huang Wanqiu looked extremely solemn. She didn't expect that she would encounter a tough problem just after entering the valley. Black ape, since you are already spiritual, I won't waste my words. We are just passing by and will not affect you. Let us go, we have nothing to do with each other. How about that? Huang Wanqiu said hurriedly, if it is possible not to fight, try not to fight. Human, I can't let you pass, retreat quickly. The black ape spoke coldly, his words were cold. Sister Wanqiu, why waste so much time talking to it, just kill it. It just so happens that we still need to complete the sect mission. Huang Jinwei, who is at the 8th level of the Foundation building realm, spoke, with murderous intent in his eyes. Huang Wanqiu nodded when he heard Huang Jinwei's words, and then said calmly, kill. After Huang Wanqiu finished speaking, the long sword in his hand was unsheathed, and the aura on his body suddenly surged. and then the long sword was raised, and he slashed at the black ape with a sword. Huang Wanqiu majored in swordsmanship and had already comprehended the sword intent, so her attack was extremely domineering. As she slashed down with her sword, the sword light fell from the sky like rainbows, slashing down at the black ape. The black ape was furious, roared, and his body suddenly doubled, and his whole body was full of terrible muscles. The black ape held a huge stone axe in his hand and chopped down at Huang Wanqiu. Dang dang. The sword light and the stone axe collided violently in the air, colliding more than 100 times in just an instant, and no one took the slightest advantage. Spiritual sword art, 100 swords returned to 1. Huang Wanqiu looked calm, raised the long sword in her hand, and slashed down. Sword lights poured down from the long sword like a tide, a full 100 swords. These sword lights came to the top of the black ape's head as fast as lightning, and then the 100 swords overlapped rapidly, turning into a huge sword light, slashing down at the black ape. Wherever the sword light passed, a strong pressure spread from it, making the black ape's face change color. Kill. That while Huang Wanqiu was fighting with the black ape, Huang Jinwei and others were not idle either. They flew up one by one and rushed straight to the black ape in the cave on the cliff. There were a lot of these black apes, hundreds of them, and they were extremely ferocious. Wuchang held a long sword in his hand. This long sword was obtained from Xiao Fan's storage ring. It was a low-grade treasure and extremely ordinary. Wuchang did not take out the green water sword because it was given by his master. Once he took it out, it would definitely be discovered by Kexin and Yujie. There were too many black apes, and they were immediately surrounded by them. That a scream came, and a disciple was punched by a black ape and his head was shattered, and he died tragically in an instant. Wuchang swung the long sword in his hand and cut the black ape's throat with the sword. Blood gushed out like spring water, and the black ape rushed towards Wuchang, but Wuchang dodged and hit aside. With a bang, black ape fell down directly, and the 2 boulders beneath him were shattered by the black ape's death blow. Roar! The black ape that fought against Huang Wanqiu roared angrily. Although there were several wounds on its body, these were minor injuries to its huge body and were innocuous, but it was precisely because of the injury that the black ape's ferocity was completely stimulated. Every blow it struck was extremely terrifying. Even Huang Wanqiu, who was at the 9th level of the Foundation Establishment realm, did not dare to take a direct hit, and was forced back by the black ape. Junior sister, let me help you. Seeing that Huang Wanqiu was at a disadvantage, Sui Yan and Kai Ping led their team and charged directly in. Sui Yan and Huang Wanqiu fought against the black ape together and finally stabilized the situation. Junior sister, this black ape must be killed today. If you give it 10 years, it will definitely transform into a 3rd-level ferocious beast. The trial 10 years from now will be disastrous, and it will most likely lead to the annihilation of the entire army. Sui Yan spoke solemnly. Chapter 68 Tai Yujie's Death. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Huang Wanqiu understood Sui Yan's meaning instantly after hearing this. This trial site was specially opened by the sect, and people in the Purple Mansion realm were not allowed to enter. I don't know how the dead Purple Mansion realm got in. As Sui Yan said, if the black ape is not killed, this secret realm will be really dangerous in the future. When she thought of this, Huang Wanqiu was also murderous. With the addition of 2 new forces, the pressure on the people of Chongqing sect was instantly reduced a lot, and they were all murderous. Wuchang stabbed the black ape's throat with a sword again. He looked around and found that Xiao Fan still didn't appear. It shouldn't be, people like Xiao Fan like to join in the fun the most. Wuchang was a little confused, but he felt that it was very likely that he had been a little heavy last time, and the other party might be healing. Wuchang's eyes swept over Kexin and Yujie, and he couldn't help frowning slightly. He found that the 2 were not together. Wuchang remembered very clearly that Kexin in his previous life was very protective of Yujie. He was a little confused, but he always felt that there was something wrong with the relationship between the 2. However, this was an opportunity for Wuchang, an opportunity to kill Yujie. Wuchang was fighting with the black ape while observing the battlefield. At this moment, Sui Yan and Huang Wanqiu joined forces in the sky to suppress the black ape. It should only be a matter of time to kill it. Kai Ping showed his power at this moment. killing several black apes in a row, and then fighting with a second-level black ape. However, this second-level black ape was only equivalent to the 6th level of the foundation building realm, so it was beaten back by Kai Ping. However, there were too many black apes, about 3 times their number, which also led to the death of people from time to time on the Changxing Gate side. At this moment, Ji Wuchang saw Tai Yujie being besieged by a second-level black ape and 2 first-level black apes, and was obviously at a disadvantage. Ji Wuchang saw that Kexin was also entangled by a second-level black ape, and murderous intent flashed in his eyes. Step on the heart. Ji Wuchang took a step towards Tai Yujie. Ah! A shrill scream came from Tai Yujie's mouth. She felt as if her heart was broken, and she screamed in pain. Tai Yujie's cultivation was only the 2nd level of the foundation establishment realm. Her real combat power was not as good as Ji Wuchang at this moment. The moment Ji Wuchang performed the step on the heart, a crack appeared directly in her heart. Tai Yujie's sword that originally attacked the black ape naturally had no power at all. The huge palm of the second-level black ape raised up and slapped Tai Yujie's head fiercely. Tai Yujie's eyes showed endless fear, and she didn't even have the strength to take out the jade card. Senior sister, save me! Tai Yujie made a cry for help in fear and despair. With a bang, the huge palm of the black ape slapped Tai Yujie's head hard, and her head exploded like a watermelon. Third junior sister, Xing Linghong went crazy when he saw this scene, raised the long sword in his hand, and killed several first-level black apes in a row. But at this moment, Xing Linghong was also stared at by a second-level black ape, and could only fight with the black ape like crazy. Ji Wuchang watched all this indifferently. Tai Yujie's death was witnessed by so many people, and no one knew that he had done something. Stepping on the heart step is really terrible and hard to guard against. Of course, if the opponent's cultivation is too much higher than the caster, it is very likely to cause backlash, but with Ji Wuchang's current cultivation, there should be no problem in casting it on those below the 5th or 6th level of the foundation establishment realm. Third junior sister, Kexin was also shocked. Tai Yujie's death made her heart confused. She felt that the extra memories of her past life in her mind were likely to be false. According to the memory of the previous life, Tai Yujie would not die. However, Tai Yujie died in the hands of the black ape, which was completely inconsistent with her memory. With a bang, the black ape's huge palm directly slapped Kexin away. The disorder of her thoughts just now made her unable to concentrate on fighting the black ape, and Kexin's face was pale, her mouth opened, and a mouthful of blood spurted out. Kill! Kexin was furious, and saw the long sword in her hand raised, with a special blue light blooming on the sword body, and a terrible murderous intent emerged from the sword body. Quietly destroy the dark light slash! Kexin shouted lightly, slashed down with a sword, and a dark light flashed and directly penetrated the body of the second-level black ape. The body of the second-level black ape seemed like tofu, and was directly cut into 2 pieces by Kexin's sword. Kexin's face was slightly pale, but there was a hint of joy in her eyes. When Ji Wuchang saw this scene, his eyes widened instantly, as if he had seen a ghost. Silent destruction. Dark light slash was obtained by Kexin in a ruins after she broke through to the Purple Mansion realm. Ji Wuchang also obtained this move from Kexin's storage ring after killing her, but unfortunately, he was killed shortly after he got it, and he also used this move desperately before his death. This move is very powerful, but every time it is used, it needs to consume about 20% of the spiritual power in the body to condense the sword energy into a line, and kill with one blow. At present, Kexin is only in the foundation establishment realm, and she absolutely cannot master this move, but this impossible thing happened, which can only mean one thing, Kexin has also been reborn, or she has awakened the memory of her previous life. When thinking of this, Ji Wuchang instantly felt a creepy feeling. At this moment, he looked into Kexin's eyes. Murderous intent seemed real, no matter what the reason, Kexin must be killed as soon as possible, otherwise it will probably bring big trouble to himself. Kill! At this moment, Sui Yen shouted violently and slashed with his sword, directly cutting off one of the black ape's huge arms. Huang Wanqiu also snorted coldly, and sword energy shot out from his long sword like raindrops, all of which hit the black ape's head. A huge blood hole appeared, and the black ape fell down unwillingly. At this moment, everyone could not help but breathe a sigh of relief. As the leader of the Black Apes was killed, the remaining Black Apes fled back to the caves on both sides of the cliff. In just a moment, all the living Black Apes disappeared without a trace, leaving only blood and severed limbs on the ground. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief at the same time. They were still alive. During the battle just now, several people also crushed the jade tokens and were teleported out. On the ground, there were nearly 20 more corpses of the Eternal Life sect disciples. As for Tai Yujie's corpse, it had become a puddle of mud. Zheng Linghong buried Tai Yujie in tears, and Kexin also stood aside to help, and looked at Zheng Linghong with a complicated look on her face. This second junior brother has always been a good person in her memory, perhaps thinking that he was not very good to Zheng Linghong in his previous life, and Kexin couldn't help but reveal a hint of guilt in his eyes. Second junior brother, third junior sister Chuanxia Yujie, knowing that you care about her so much, will definitely be extremely gratifying. Chapter 69 Killing in Kexin. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Zheng Linghong's eyes were red, and he shook his head and smiled bitterly. He had not yet told Tai Yujie what he was thinking. At this moment, Zheng Linghong hated himself for being cowardly and hated himself for not joining the same team with her just now. Except for Zheng Linghong's grief, almost everyone at the scene looked indifferent. There would always be someone dying during the training. Everyone collected the body of the Black Ape and then headed towards the depths of the valley. In the depths of the valley, there grew a special fruit tree with more than 20 special fruits on it. This is the Yunling fruit. No wonder the Black Ape could open up its spiritual wisdom so quickly. It turned out that it ate this thing. Zhou Yan spoke with shining eyes. At this moment, they finally understood why these Black Apes wanted to stop them. After Zhou Yan finished speaking, his body shook and he went straight to the Yunling fruit. Huang Wanqiu, Huang Jinwei, Jiang Bin, Kai Ping and others set off one after another, and even Kexin flew out with a hint of fiery color in her eyes. This Yunling fruit can not only open up the spiritual wisdom of the fierce beast, but also increase its strength. For cultivators, it can warm up the meridians and improve physical fitness, and it is also a rare good thing. Wuchang did not move. Standing quietly in the crowd, this kind of thing is not very useful for him now. Moreover, he did not want to expose his strength. Soon, more than 20 soul-enriching fruits were divided up. Huang Wanqiu, Zhou Yan, Kai Ping and others each picked 2, and did not take more, and Kexin also got 1, and a hint of joy appeared in her eyes. As for Tai Yujie's death, she had already forgotten it. Everyone continued to move forward, but Wuchang was not in a hurry and fell behind everyone. The soul-enriching fruit is indeed good, but the place where the soul-enriching fruit tree can grow is not an ordinary place. Seeing everyone go away, Wuchang came under the soul-enriching fruit tree, his eyes shining. Wuchang observed it for a while, and then started from the left side of the fruit tree and dug down. In just a moment, a palm-sized jade stone appeared in front of Wuchang. Wuchang took out the jade and felt extremely warm in his hand. This was a piece of warm sun jade. Below the warm sun jade, spiritual power surged and spiritual mist steamed. It turned out to be a branch of a spiritual vein. Warm sun jade is a good thing. Although this kind of thing cannot increase the speed of cultivation for practitioners, but if you keep it on your body all year round, it can not only exorcise evil spirits and dispel demons, but also warm the body and meridians, and remove impurities in the body and meridians. If the practice method is a fire attribute, the effect of warm sun jade will be even greater. Wuchang showed joy in his eyes and covered the soil so that the spiritual power could continue to nourish the Yunling fruit tree. Hand over the things. At this moment, a cold voice suddenly sounded, revealing a hint of pride in the words. Wuchang was not surprised at all. Looking at Kexin not far away, at this moment, he could be 100% sure that Kexin was reborn. Wuchang looked around. There was no human figure, and a murderous intent flashed in his eyes. Sister, I found this, so it belongs to me. In order to confuse Kexin, Wuchang took out the sex jade token in his left hand and held a long sword in his right hand, as if he would crush the jade token if he disagreed with her. Kexin frowned slightly, and then looked at Ji Wuchang. She always felt that he had a familiar feeling, but she just couldn't recognize him. How about this? How many spirit stones do you want? I will buy them 1 yang jade, how about that? And Kexin had a murderous intention in her heart. She originally wanted to take it quietly and then leave immediately, but she didn't expect that someone would get there first. If she hadn't seen the teleportation jade token in the other party's hand, she would have taken action. A person in the Qi refining realm dared to bargain in front of her. Okay, 5,000 low-grade spirit stones, as long as you give it to me, I will immediately give the 1 yang jade to my sister. Ji Wuchang deliberately took out the 1 yang and took a few steps forward at the same time, and Kexin stared at the 1 yang jade, with a trace of greed in her eyes. 100-fold sublimation instant killing technique, open. Step on the heart. Shadow sword kill. Ji Wuchang's eyes flashed with murderous intent, and he opened the strongest killing move without hesitation. The power in his body was like a volcanic eruption. 1 step forward, accompanied by Kexin's shrill screams. Ji Wuchang's body was like lightning, the long sword in his hand was raised, and a sword cut across Kexin's throat. No. You are Ji. Kexin's head flew into the air. At the moment when her head was cut off, she knew who the person in front of her was, and endless fear appeared in her eyes. Senior sister, have a good journey. Ji Wuchang whispered softly. His eyes were unusually cold. Ji Wuchang stood on the ground, gasping for breath. Just now, he consumed nearly 50% of his strength. Ding. The master killed Kexin, a person with great luck, and his luck value was plus 150, and Kexin's luck was cleared. Hearing the voice of the system, Ji Wuchang's eyes lit up. This should be considered an unexpected gain. System, sign in. Ding. Successfully signed in at the trial land, rewarded with 3 years of cultivation. Luck value plus 2. This is Ji Wuchang's second time signing in at the trial land, and the reward is halved. A huge spiritual power appeared in Ji Wuchang's body, which instantly replenished the spiritual power consumed by Ji Wuchang. Ji Wuchang came to Kexin's body indifferently, took off the other storage ring, and took away the useful things in it, including the soul fruit. Ji Wuchang waved his hand, and a fireball appeared, turning Kexin's body into ashes. Then Ji Wuchang whispered, and a complicated sentence came out of his mouth. As these words came out, a special gas suddenly floated up from the surroundings, gradually gathering Kexin's soul. This is the soul calling technique, which allows the residual souls of the dead to gather. These residual souls will enter reincarnation and be reborn after countless years, but Ji Wuchang will not give Kexin this opportunity. He is not sure whether the other party can be reborn again, therefore, destroying the soul is the best choice. Seeing that Kexin's soul is becoming clearer and clearer, and when she looks at Ji Wuchang with a flash of resentment in her eyes, Ji Wuchang opened his mouth, and rolling purple air gushed out of his mouth, directly drowning Kexin's residual soul. The purple air turned into a raging fire, swallowing Kexin's residual soul, and disappeared without a trace after a moment. Sister, go with peace of mind. Our grievances in the last life have been settled. Since you like Xiao Fan so much, I will send her down as soon as possible and reunite with you. Ji Wuchang spoke indifferently, and then threw all of Kexin's storage rings, weapons, etc. into a pile of rocks. He naturally couldn't take these things out, otherwise the master would recognize them at a glance. The 2 unstable factors in Xiaozhu Peak have been eliminated by himself, and the atmosphere in Xiaozhu Peak should be more harmonious in the future. However, after these 2 people were killed, Xiaozhu Peak's strength was greatly reduced. Only the second brother's Linghong was left in the foundation building realm. I hope he can withstand the pressure. Ji Wuchang felt extremely happy, and his body shook and disappeared directly on the spot. Chapter 70 Attacking the Cave Light Shield. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Not long after Ji Wuchang disappeared, some figures appeared in the valley. These people were latecomers. After hearing the news, they rushed to the valley. They were the last group of people to arrive. Among these people, there was a gloomy figure, Xiao Fan. The wound on his lower body was not big. He was nourished by his spiritual power and it was almost healed, but it was his shame. Without the most important 2 taels of meat, life became gloomy. At this moment, Xiao Fan hated Kai Ping to the bone. He still believed that Kai Ping did it. Ji Wuchang hid the Nuan Yang jade close to his body, and instantly felt a wave of warmth in his body, which made Ji Wuchang's spirit rise. After Ji Wuchang advanced hundreds of meters, his scalp suddenly numbed. On the ground, snake corpses began to appear. At first, there were relatively few, but the more they went forward, the more they appeared. Although some snakes were cut off, they were still twisting their bodies, which was very creepy. Not far away, there were at least hundreds of snakes entangled on a corpse, which made Ji Wuchang's hair stand up. This valley is really dangerous. There are black apes blocking the door in front and snake caves in the back. Although most snakes are not as powerful as monsters, there are too many of them, which makes people panic. Not long after, Ji Wuchang saw several giant python corpses as thick as buckets, which were cut into several pieces. Soon, he also saw several corpses of Changshengmen disciples. They were bitten by snakes beyond recognition, and their faces were pitch black, which made Ji Wuchang sigh in his heart. Ji Wuchang made seals with his hands, and small fireballs flew out of his hands one after another, covering small piles of snakes in the middle of the road. Fortunately, most of the snakes were killed, so he didn't have too many obstacles. When he walked out of the valley, he couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. He would rather deal with those fierce beasts than face these long things, and he felt a little panic in his heart when he saw them. As soon as he walked out of the valley, Ji Wuchang saw a large group of people in front of him. In front of these people, there was a defensive light shield, blocking everyone's way. Ji Wuchang knew very well that this was probably the burial place of the master of the Purple Mansion realm. It was a pity that he did not participate in the experience of this secret realm in his previous life. He didn't know what was in this cave, otherwise he could go straight to the destination at that time. Ji Wuchang regretted killing Kexin too quickly. Maybe the other party knew something. But Ji Wuchang did not regret it, because once Kexin was given a chance, the other party would most likely crush the jade card and escape from the secret realm. Once he returned to the sect, it would be really inconvenient to do it. Ji Wuchang's appearance hardly attracted everyone's attention. After all, this face was not a celebrity in Changshengmen. Everyone, we will follow the teams assigned in front, and the 3 teams will take turns to attack this defensive barrier, so that we can break it in the fastest way. Sui Yen spoke and told everyone the plan. Everyone had no objection. Sui Yen took the lead and started the attack directly. There were still 23 people in Sui Yan's team, and they followed Sui Yen to attack. For a moment, the light shield began to shake. Ji Wuchang only took a glance and concluded that if it continued like this, it would take at least 2 days to break through. Thinking of this, Ji Wuchang's eyes lit up. Being able to set up such a defensive barrier shows that this person in the Purple Mansion realm is not simple. At least he is above the 6th or 7th level of the Purple Mansion realm. With such a cultivation level, he can be an elder in Changshengmen, and he must have a lot of things. I just don't know if there are any spiritual objects with the 3 attributes of earth, gold, and fire in this person's cave. Ji Wuchang thought of this, and then shook his head. This kind of thing is not so easy to come across. Half an hour later, another group of people came. Ji Wuchang glanced at them and his eyes lit up instantly. Xiao Fan finally came. At this moment, Xiao Fan's face was pale, his left arm was empty, and his eyes were full of haze. Ji Wuchang subconsciously glanced at Xiao Fan's lower body, and saw no trace of blood, so he couldn't help but laugh in his heart. Ji Wuchang found that Xiao Fan's eyes were fixed on one direction. Ji Wuchang followed Xiao Fan's gaze, and then his eyes lit up. It seemed that some of the backhands he arranged still worked. In the previous life, Xiao Fan and Kai Ping colluded with each other and conspired to seize Changshengmen. After Xiao Fan took an important thing from Changshengmen, he left Boyanzu. Kai Ping stayed and became the headmaster of Changshengmen. Later, senior sister Zhen Miaoqing sent someone to kill Kai Ping and left, not knowing that Xiao Fan was behind this matter. In this life, due to the appearance of Ji Wuchang, many things went wrong. Xiao Fan and Kai Ping both worshipped under the headmaster at the same time, which made them natural opponents. After all, there is only one headmaster in the future, and as a disciple of the headmaster, it is the most likely to inherit this position. Wuchang really wants to see how the two will fight. Wuchang then retracted his gaze and stopped paying attention to Xiao Fan. He would not kill this person easily, and would keep him well. After all, he was the most important contributor to whether the system mall could be opened in advance. In the following day, people came one after another, and by the end, there were about 150 people gathered here. Wuchang knew very well that everyone who should have come, and as for those who didn't come, they were either dead or teleported away. System, sign in, that a new day naturally starts with signing in. Ding! Successfully signed in at the trial land, rewarded with 1 year of cultivation. Luck value +1. Wuchang couldn't help shaking his head and smiling bitterly when he heard the system's voice. He knew very well that starting from tomorrow, signing in every day would only increase his luck value a little, but there would be no more cultivation. The minimum value of the cultivation rewarded by the system is 1 year. Wuchang operated the purple chi burning heaven art and sent this spiritual power into his dantian, making his cultivation in the late 10th level of chi refining more and more stable. As for whether he could sign in to cultivate, Wuchang was not too anxious. He was more concerned about the 3 attributes of earth, gold, and fire, but this kind of thing is not so easy to come across, so he can only think of a way after leaving the secret realm. Boom boom. The continuous roar continued for 12 hours without interruption. The 3 teams took turns to attack, making this layer of defense light shield thinner, and finally on the verge of breaking. Wuchang was also refreshed when he saw this scene. At this moment, 2 spirits swept over Wuchang, and Wuchang instantly felt a chill on his body. Wuchang quickly raised his head and looked around, but found nothing. At this moment, Wuchang felt a chill in his heart. He knew that someone was thinking about him, and the other party's cultivation was much higher than his current level.